Okay, well, I apologize. I did the reading this morning, and I thought that Trump was in the court for the Stormy Daniels thing. It's not. He's in the court with Eileen Cannon today, trying to get this thrown out or stayed or whatever. So I started out on a totally wrong premise. So let me go ahead and pull the cards and let's see what it has to say about his time in court today with Eileen Cannon. Now we know she bends over backwards for him. But I don't know how she thinks she can save him on this. And if she does something really untoward, I think at that point, Jack Smith would say she needs to be taken off the case. So let's see. Above it all, it's about protecting him. Yeah. Okay. Underneath of it with the divergent path. Okay. So will Eileen Cannon try to protect him by doing something divergent with this? Ooh, let's see. So going into it, we have the history. Now, they've got the history about these documents. You cannot just take them and say they belong to you. So what's crossing it is this is really a difficult lesson. Now, she will have a very difficult time to try to protect him in this situation. The foundation of it is the law. As much as she hates it, she has to follow the law. And if she doesn't, Jack Smith, I'm sure at that point, will have her removed. And underneath of it all, we have the sacrifice. Okay? The sacrifice. So you can either try to protect him and sacrifice your career, or you can follow the history of the law when it comes to this type of thing. Going into it, he wants to cut this and say, well, we have to wait on the happenings when it comes to immunity. And what it is about today is control, trying to control this situation. Above it, this is the new thing coming in. The foundation of it is the promise. He's looking for a new promise for her to cut this, to control it, to put it on hold again, and he's going to use all his flowery drama and trauma to try to manipulate the situation today. So the challenge is what? Judge Cannon. She's the challenge. I'm going to pull the outcome, but I'm going to leave it over here. I'm not going to turn it over until we look to see what's above this. It's contract. So is she contracted to the history and the law, or is she contracted to Trump as MAGA? So yeah, the foundation is, what is she going to do? Okay. Underneath of it all, anchor in. And the outcome is, let's go ahead and pull that card, the community. Okay. The outcome is about the community. So this is another time for him to get out there with the protection about it's a divergent path. They're coming after me. This is so hard. They're railroading me, etc., etc. Because underneath of it all, we have this sacrifice of all this drama being anchored in. He's going to try to convince her that this is so unfair. They're railroading him. Foundation is the law, but we've got his promises he's making to her. Has he promised her some sort of a Supreme Court judgeship? Okay, is that what's going on? Because above it we have the history and looking at, she's going to look away from history when it comes to the contracts, when it comes to the reality of what's there. Coming into it, we have the control, okay? But the challenge is the judge. And again, coming into it, we have cutting and wants to cut this with the community. So it's all about trying to delay it. Now, I will leave up the other reading, but the other reading is about Stormy Daniels in that case, and if he comes up before the judge again. This one, you know, like I said, I started out and I thought that he was going to the Stormy Daniels one to try to, but no, he's coming to Cannon today. So the overview of this is about, wanting to get to calmer waters. He's trying to get that, and underneath of it all is this is affecting his world, and he's going to be crying. He's running for president, and this is, you know, it's all a setup. It's all toxic. It's, they're after me. It's, you know, Cannon, save me. So above it, we have, he doesn't like what's coming down. He's unhappy with the reality of the situation. What's crossing it is this is coming down rapidly today. It's on the head of who? Cannon. Okay, she's the one that he's coming for, crossing this to get him out of trouble. Okay, to make his world easier. Will she do it? Okay, the foundation is what's being worked on. Underneath of it, we have she's the one that's holding on to the situation. It's up to her. Has he paid her enough? Okay, we know that she's absolutely MAGA. Okay, so going into it, we have, you know, this is the argument and the struggle. Now, the one that's going to have to really struggle is Jack Smith, because today they're coming up with their new ideas, trying to put this out there. Above it, of course, we have Trump. The foundation of it is what he's trying to sell. Of course, the merchant, what he's trying to sell because of his actions, because of the choices he's made. So they're going to go in and argue this new thing about, I have immunity, presidential immunity. It hasn't been decided yet, so it's not fair for this to go forward. You need to throw it out. So how's that going to work? The challenge is rebirth. Okay? We want you to kill this, and move it into something else. Okay? So the outcome is, I'm going to pull the card. I'm not going to look at it yet. We'll pull the other cards first. So above it, we have facing loss. Facing loss. He knows if this goes to trial, he's going to lose. There's no way he can actually win it. Okay? The foundation is the message that he's trying to spin, stinky fish, okay? The tall tale he's going to try to give her through his lawyers. Underneath of it all, again, the message of the grounded activity, that you can't do this, etc. We have them sharing from both sides of lawyers what's going to happen. Let's look at the outcome. The outcome is for the next action, figuring out the next action. So he wants her to move this into something else. Rebirth, kill this, move it into something else. I just want to get rid of it or stall it, etc. So let's break this down, see if we can make sense of it. The overarching thing is about moving this to calmer waters for him because it's affecting his world. He's going to cry, and it's all up to you. Rapidly make a choice here, Judge Cannon. Rapidly. It's on your head, okay? You can make this easy for me. Make it go away. So what we have underneath of it, we have her holding on to this drama. We have his actions, his path that he's taken, and this new message that he's going to try to put out about, this can be, Pentacles is not always money, but it also is the daily happenings, grounded stuff. So, you're making this big change in my life, in where I'm going. You're the one that holds the control of this. So the foundation of it is we're working on, this is his wish-fulfilling card, what he's trying to sell emotionally with his cup of fish, with his message of lies and fantasy that he's going to have his lawyers put in today. Because above it, he doesn't like what's coming down. This is, of course, the narcissist Trump that knows he will lose. When this comes to trial, he will lose. There is no way he can win. So coming into today, they're having their new fight, their new ideology, and the challenge is to get this reborn, killed, and brought up to the, we want you to kill this, because we have this coming up in the Supreme Court. They haven't said whether I have presidential full immunity yet or not. But there's no freaking way they're going to give him that. So it's another delay tactic. So coming into the fight is on when it comes to the new action, trying to figure out what he will do next, because it all depends on what Cannon says today. So let's go ahead and see if we can do one card pulls, and just I can ask a bit. Okay. So, what is in Eileen Cannon's mind today? What is in Cannon's mind today? Yeah. Okay. She's chained to him. Okay. Will she actually be that toxic? Will she do his bidding? Is she that MAGA? Will Jack Smith have a import on this? It's being worked on. Is Cannon going to sell her soul to Trump today? Innocent. An agreement. An agreement. Will she, is she going to, how will she rule in this? Let's see. Figuring the way forward again. Does she know she could lose her career over this? The manipulation. Has Trump promised her something in exchange? Has he promised her? Again, that same thing, the thoughts about going forward. Does she think that she will be on the Supreme Court? In delusion about that. What will Jack Smith do if she rules in Trump's favor? Shed light on it. He'll shed light on it about what's being held to in this fantasy. So he would come after her if she rules in Trump's favor on this. Is she going to follow the law, or is she going to follow Trump? Tempering. She's going to try to temper as much as she can. How is this going to work? Doesn't hear, doesn't see, doesn't care. Is Trump going to claim a victory? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, it's not looking good. And man, I hope these cards are 180 degrees wrong on this and that she actually rules in the right way rather than throwing Trump yet another bone. Okay? I think she's trying to secure her career with Trump. If he got into office, I think she thinks that he owes her and would give her an appointment with the Supreme Court. Yep. Yep. Yeah, does she have any morals? No, she's totally MAGA. And what will this do to her career? It's going to temper it. She's not going to get what she wants. She thinks she'll get some big appointment. And Trump is feeling pretty confident today that he's going to get away with this. Yeah, confident. He's feeling he's going to get a victory with this. He thinks he's got her totally in his pocket. And how does Jack Smith feel about this today? The judge. The judge, she's holding on to this drama. And the message that's being put out is about hanging it up, turning it upside down. Okay? So it's not looking good today for Jack Smith. Trump says he's got it in the bag. She's totally MAGA. I can promise her the world. Let her think she's going to get on the Supreme Court, and she will do my bidding. Not good. Now again, the reading I got this morning for the Stormy Daniels thing was that judge is on to him, okay? And the nonsense he's going to try to give there is not going to go. But the Eileen Cannon one today, Trump is sure he's got this in the bag. And Jack Smith sees that she is, let's put it this way, he's not happy. Okay? I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in.